so it's clean.
But okay. Hey guys.
What's up?
Yep. Go ahead.
Pastel, the show you're watching. I'm Aiden. This is Twitch TV at Mags Jorgs.
At Mags, I forgot my Twitch name earlier, and we had a whole deal, and so I'm at Mags Jorgs. Hi, I'm Maggie.
Jorgs.
And we're here tonight. We've got a great trio downstairs. We have our first saxophone tonight. I feel like every single time there's been like a new first.
There's something
which is
new,
super
yeah.
exciting.
I wonder how long we can keep the streak going.
I don't know, but I think we'll find something new each and every time.
Who do we have on next show? Okay, they said I don't know. Thanks, Maggie. We don't know what's next, but we always play it by ear. Yeah, great timing.
All right, did you have something? If not, I had a question.
I might have an answer.
Okay, did you see that they rebranded Yik Yak? Did you ever have Yik Yak?
Is that like TikTok for yaks, like the animal?
No, not quite. Close though, and I think you've got a new idea there.
Oh,
but
that's my idea. Don't steal.
Yik Yak was this thing where it's like within the like a 5-mile radius, anonymous people can like kind of just be like, I like, hey, party at ... come through, you know, type of a deal. Or like people are like, to that person who threw a burrito at me, you suck.
What?
Or like anything like that. It's just anonymous people commenting and posting within 5 miles of your radius.
It just sounds
and
like...
it got banned in 2017, and now it's back. It was a huge college thing when I was in college, and I was really obsessed with it.
That just sounds like
really
Twitter, but with like dialed-in locations.
Yeah, and anonymity.
Oh,
so.
yeah, it's a disaster. It sounded like it's...
Yeah, that's why it got
banned. Yeah, I don't blame
2017.
them.
But I feel young again.
That's good.
Yeah.
Cling to your youth. Remember apps that got banned. And
I
was
trying
part of
my
that.
best. Well, now I'm part of it again because it rebranded. It came back.
What do they do now? How are they rebranded?
The exact same thing, except they're stricter on bullying. Yik Yak.
It's like TikTok for yaks.
Yeah, it's the OG TikTok Reddit amalgamation.
Bad.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well.
But yeah, so what has your week been like? My week has been long as shit. So I might be a little bit off kilter today.
I think
I don't
got
know
a
about
haircut.
anybody else. You think you got a haircut?
It's
Did you
short.
just black out for the entire
Thursday
day?
I went to my mom's house and got a haircut, so I think that's what happened. It's shorter than I remembered.
It's shorter than you remembered, so your hair didn't grow longer.
No.
Got it.
I've lost hair.
You've lost hair since last week.
How's it look?
I think it looks pretty good.
Oh, thank God. I'm so insecure about this.
Oh no, Aiden, your hair looks great.
Thank you. Yes, praise.
Did your mom cut your hair?
Yes, she does. She always does my haircuts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's cheap.
Is she a hairstylist, or is it just like a thing
She's
that's
free.
happened forever? She's just free?
Yep.
That's incredible.
It's the best. She is free and knows how to use a razor and has not cut me a lot.
I think the only time I ever cut my own hair, or did not go to a hairstylist, was when I was like a young child.
I've seen children cut their hair. Never ends well for the children.
No.
Did
Yes.
it look good for
ended
you?
in bangs that went from here to here, I believe. I honestly might be making up that story. Parents, can you confirm?
Children are uncoordinated. That's
Children
what
are
I've learned.
uncoordinated. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. I try to teach children. I hate them.
I teach children every day.
I pray for you.
Yeah. It's a journey. Each and every morning I wake up.
I just realized I didn't wear my panic shirt because it's like pray for the wicked. I was going to say that, and I remembered I'm wearing my white denim. I wore panic last week, so I chose not to wear it. Looking through my clean clothes because my clothes are clean.
Because your clothes are clean.
I wash my clothes.
Clean clothes.
Clean
you
clothes.
do?
Yes.
Good.
Laundry
Great.
machine.
In the
garage,
machine.
In the machine.
And the
with
dryer,
water
too.
and soap.
Good.
Also did the dishes.
Wow, it is a clean household over here, guys.
Well, you keeping it clean. You know who else plays really clean? Three Guys Trio.
Three Guys Trio, which is their name as of 30 minutes ago. Pretty incredible name, I must say. We've got Ruben, we've got Christian, and we've got Matt.
Malcolm.
I knew it was an M. Sorry, Malcolm.
Sorry, Mac. We don't call
I
him.
said Matt. Well, I guess that doesn't
I
matter.
thought you said Mac. Like, Malc would be slightly... It's like half of Malcolm. That's right.
Anyway, Ruben, Malcolm, and Christian. And we're going to throw it on down to them.
Don't forget to follow our socials. We've got things like a Twitter, an Insta, a Discord. No, we don't have a Discord. I always plug it, but it doesn't exist. A YouTube. Donations. Yes. Money that goes to the band. They need it. I've seen their lives. Give them money.
You've seen their lives? Give them money.
Yes, that's how you get the money. It's like, oh, it's personal. Right. It's like it's like those ads with the crying animals or something. Those like sad ads.
But
instead of sad animals, instead of that, it's just hungry musicians.
In the arms of an angel, please donate.
There's hungry musicians out there. They need money. Speaking of hungry musicians, the three guys.
Woo!
I'm freaking starving, dude. I'm a hungry musician. Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. I'm always hungry. But one thing I am always, though, is Christian Alva. That's my name. On bass tonight is Malcolm. I just heard upstairs. They're like, damn it. All right, anyway. And then, of course, Ruben Rojas on guitar and me, Christian Alva, on saxophone. I said that twice because this was supposed to be a quartet, but we're a trio, so I'm having to repeat our names twice. Nice to see you all today. Twitch, Yik Yackers, TikTokers, you know. It's real nice to be here, and it's really wonderful to be playing with this trio, but also in a new setting. This is definitely a new setting to me. I don't know about these guys, but I know I haven't been in like a stream ever before, so this is my first. Another first tonight. Well, I will be debuting an original tune of mine to the public, so that'll be really cool. But I'll mention more of that information when I get to it. Awesome. Well, for now, we're just going to open up with a tune called There'll Never Be Another You. It's definitely one of my favorite tunes. Standard. A lot of people know it. Pretty much every jazz musician knows it. I love this title of this tune because it's just off the bat, it evokes so much imagery. Just thinking about the title, there will never be another you. I just think that's so deep. A lot of these tunes, they're 32 measures long. Yet they pack so much in them. Pack a bunch of chords, and the lyrics are really deep and beautiful. And just that phrase, there will never be another you. I don't know. It's just really true. So while we're playing it, I definitely want you all to think of the people you have in your lives and to remember there'll never be another one of that person. So you cherish them every moment you get, whether they use Reddit or Yik Yak or anything. All right, cool. All right, cool. One, Thank you all. Yeah, so awesome. Very cool. That was There'll Never Be Another You. Sorry, I had to clear my throat out a little bit there. Yeah, the next tune we're going to play is another standard, except we're going to go ahead and go to a different hemisphere, I suppose. We're going to be playing a bossa nova tune by the title of Desafinado, translated as Slightly Out of Tune, by Antonio Carlos Jobim. Jobim is definitely a huge influence, not only on us, but the rest of the jazz world. I know me specifically, speaking for myself, he was just a huge influence on me in terms of my writing. Very singable melodies, very sophisticated chords, great musician overall, just immaculate. And all the musicians that came out of that bossa nova movement, including American collaborators like Stan Getz, were a huge inspiration to me. So yeah, we're just gonna play a little bit of a tribute to them with this beautiful tune, Desafinado. Thank you very much. Thank you. Give me a second to wipe my face real quick. You know, I usually have a rag with me.
I should have brought one.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Malcolm says you should have brought one too. So, Louis Armstrong kept like a rag with him. Fun fact, everybody, huh? No, just kidding. The facts everybody wants to know about musicians is that they sweat a lot.
That's right.
Oh man, hell yeah! We got backup, more rags.
Oh, thank you.
I actually kept like a
Very
bunch
kind.
of them in my pocket too. So.
Very kind.
All right, awesome. So yeah, we're about halfway through our set here. So we're gonna milk it for everything we got. No, I'm just kidding. This next tune is another standard, classic frickin' tune. It's gonna be spearheaded by our bass player, Mr. Malcolm Fisher, and it is "Softly as in a Morning Sunrise." Softly as in a morning sunrise. Yeah. So thank you very much. Yeah, that was Malcolm Fisher on bass. Featured there on bass. Yeah, man.
Oh, right. Sweat towel.
And of course, so that was the second to last tune. We're gonna have the last tune, but before we have the last tune, I want to go ahead and reintroduce the band. So of course, once again, that was Malcolm Fisher on the bass. Yeah, see, a little bit of applause there. Yeah, that's Ruben Rojas on guitar. A little bit more for Ruben for some reason. I guess people just don't like Malcolm, I guess. People just don't like Malcolm. I just kidding. Oh, it's because I didn't introduce him as Mac. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go. See, Malcolm, your name's Mac now.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. And last and least, my name is Christian Alva.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right. Cool. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play the last tune. This tune is my original. It's called "Man at the Crossroads." It's in tribute and in reference to a mural done by Diego Rivera. There's a whole backstory. I'm sure they'll ask me about it in the interview portion, so stick around for that if you want to hear the story behind that. But of course, this is in tribute to my heritage and not only as a Mexican American, but as an artist too. You know, each artist, we all follow in the footsteps of others. And we couldn't, do what we do today without those who came before. So, we played a lot of standards today, and now we're playing my original. All of it is in tribute to the past artists, and we gift it forth, to the present so that it may help the future, right? So, yeah, thank you all very much for this wonderful opportunity. This is Man at the Crossroads. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Guys.
Christian Alba, Malcolm Fisher on bass, and Ruben Rojas on guitar. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That was great. So we're gonna be back as per usual in about like 10 minutes. Just switching some stuff around. We're gonna have an awesome interview with the guys down there with Malcolm, Ruben, and Christian.
There they are.
We'll get into some good things. We'll get into some silly things. We'll have a good time. So go grab another drink, grab some popcorn or whatever you're munching on, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Welcome back to the Pastel Underground Show. I'm here with Aiden, that's me. This is
Still
Maggie,
Aiden. I'm
and
still
our
Maggie.
guests are the three guys.
Woo!
The jazz trio. Or it's like the three guys
The
jazz
three
trio.
guy, yeah.
The three guy jazz trio. I remember the name. So, first of all, where did you come up with this name?
Right
So-
over there.
Yeah.
Right.
There,
Over
over
here.
there. Yeah.
Ah,
Where the
let me-
magic happens.
Yeah.
5 feet from this interview.
Yep.
Yeah. See.
Ah.
Oh well. No. Yeah. There is a story behind it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody knows the town of Laramie, Wyoming.
Of course.
Oh, classic
Shout-
Laramie.
Shout out to anybody who's in Laramie, Wyoming. So of course the part of the country, the Southwest, is known a lot for
Cigarettes?
cigarettes.
Yeah.
Just specifically Las Vegas, but
Sounds cool.
like Nevada, it was founded on nickel, right? It was a lot of nickel and silver mining. So, but it was assumed though in Laramie, Wyoming, that there could be gold mining, right?
Ah.
Ooh.
And so one of the first prospectors and settlers of Laramie, Wyoming was this guy named Thurston Gordon. And so Thurston Gordon had his troop of 2 other guys. I know, well, it sounds like was where it's going, but it's not, right? But
Psych!
him and these 2 other guys, I'm blanking on the names, I'm sorry, but it's an important story, I promise. But that they actually went and sought this gold out. And so they actually had the help of natives and a couple of the other settlers were abolitionists, right? So they also so there was a lot of hands at play in the founding of Laramie, right? And but not just the founding of Laramie, but in search of this gold, right? However, when they finally got there, the natives assured them, "Hey, there's no gold. Hey, there's no gold," but they just chose not to listen. Until they did inevitably find out they had been tricked. It was actually fool's gold, right? So we actually gone through a couple of iterations. It was the fool's prospectors. It was the gold. It was the fool's gold. It was
Prospector again.
old prospector. Well, and one of Thurston Gordon, sorry, one of his friends that came along with him was a French abolitionist, and his name was Guy. Right, so for shorthand, a lot of them called them the 3 Gs. Right, I'm forgetting the actual word, trois Guy or Guy or something like that, in French, but that's what it was originally. And so they, This is horrible. Okay, I'm sorry.
I like this. I think it has
That's-
a lot of history,
Yep,
a lot
is-
of weight to it.
Is the story
You know-
still going?
There's the ending
This-
that's coming.
Yeah, the ending is coming, I guess.
You're like,
the ending,
oh.
the ending hasn't happened yet.
He's warning us. The story's almost over. Ending is
almost
coming.
over.
It's gonna be huge.
Right.
High
But yeah,
expectations, lots of
and
pressure.
Here it is.
and of course, Thurston Gordon's later descendant was actually a suffragist, somebody who fought for women's suffrage. So that's why Wyoming was the first place to have women's suffrage in the United States. That is an actual fact.
Ah.
Nobody can dispute that. That is an actual fact.
Wow.
So by sprinkling in that fact, the rest of the story is completely true.
If you question one, you
That's
can't
how it
question
works,
one
yeah.
part. You can't question
all
any
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Bible.
Yeah, one part of the Bible was
I
right.
googled it. Women's suffrage was the first in Wyoming.
I
That's
freaking
so
told
cool.
you.
Right.
Well, there you go. And I was right, and
Wasn't
therefore
it
you
like-
can't question any other part of the story.
Wasn't
Laramie, Wyoming.
Wyoming a state where they wouldn't join the Union unless they had women's suffrage? Is that state was a different state? Because I know one of the
I
states.
feel like it.
One state would not join the Union unless women could
women
vote,
could vote.
and they wouldn't join the United States. They were like, fine, you get an exception for this state,
Interesting. And it was an exception for the state?
It was before the women's suffrage thing, but it was just like, this state can have women vote, and then that's it, because we want that land.
And therefore, that is the reason why we are called the Three Guys. It's not merely because we are just three guys in a jazz trio. It is not that. It is because of the three geese that found fool's gold and were old prospectors in Laramie, Wyoming, that inevitably went on to fight for women's suffrage. That is the reason why. It is not because we're just three guys in a jazz trio.
Yeah.
I like it.
Very good. So
That was.
We're here.
I don't think we've ever had a story quite like that one.
I want a drunk history on that story.
I do
Was that
too.
sober?
Also,
Was
I
that
wanted
a
to bring
sober-
back drunk
That,
history.
but that's the thing,
That,
Aiden.
but-
I am drunk. I am drunk.
Yeah, you are history.
I am drunk history. No, I'm kidding.
Irish up your water then? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Irish up the water.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So, for the people at home who don't know, me and these guys all went to the same college. We went to SMC, Music Program Intorium.
Santa
as Bob
Monica
calls
College.
it. Some of the other guys back there, that's how I met all of them. So, but also, ever since the whole big corona, I haven't seen these guys in like 20 years. So I have to ask, how have you all been?
Yeah.
It's been so long, you've aged so much, except you, Ruben. You look the same.
Ruben always
I
looks
won't take that
16.
anyways.
You're-
16.
I don't know. I just came up with an age.
I'm not taking it personally.
I feel like it's a compliment. You look 16. Anyway, how have y'all been?
We've been
Good,
doing
yeah.
Been good, hanging in there, you know.
That was resounding.
Yeah,
I must
no,
say.
I mean,
It's hard. It hasn't been the easiest year to say, like, it's been a great one.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the last year and a half
Any
has been
major
rocky.
kind of breakthroughs in music or in life or
Well, for me, playing with these two guys has been like a gift. Really, it's been really.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
great.
It's been sort of a breakthrough of its own because, like, if you're just trying to practice in a vacuum and do your art in a vacuum, you're never really gonna make that much progress.
Yeah.
So this lets us really like have something to work for.
yeah, and it seems like you guys can like hold each other accountable and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let
When did you guys first start
absolutely.
playing together?
Well, we played. I think we played a couple gigs in the program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Santa
Yeah,
Monica
one or
College.
two.
Yeah.
And then we found each other because I got this random gig like 2 months ago from. I teach music, so one of the parents of a student gave me this number of their boss, and it was like a rooftop private party for a real estate company.
Snazzy.
And I called Christian and I called Malcolm, and we had a 4-hour gig out of nowhere. So all of a sudden we had to commit, and we were getting paid a pretty decent amount. So
And
That's
that is
awesome.
the origin of
Yeah, it
the
was
three
cool.
guys.
I was gonna say, and the rest is
That's,
history.
that's the origin of the name,
Yeah,
but that's the
yeah.
origin of
Yes.
you three
Us
guys
three.
coming
Yes,
together
us three
and
guys.
making
That's
the music.
right.
Speaking of making music, you just played a beautiful set out there with,
Yeah.
was it 4 songs?
Yeah.
So 3 of them were standards and one of them was an original.
That's right.
Let's start about the standards first because that's the fingers I just held closest to my brain. So the standards, which ones were they? Refresh me on what they were. It was like There'll Never Be Another You.
Yeah, There'll Never Be Another You, Desafinado by Antonio Carlos Jobim, and then Softly as in a Morning Sunrise.
That's a good.
Cool.
So you mentioned it a little bit in your performance, but why did you choose those 3 standards specifically?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's a mix of like how fun they are to play and also the way they fit together in a set. Like I was thinking, I like bossa, and me and Malcolm like playing bossa together, so we
Yeah,
just like sync
my
into
favorite.
it. And so we chose 2 bossas, and then we chose 2 swings, so you guys would stay awake. You know,
Yeah.
stuff that was like
When-
up tempo and more fun stuff, fast.
When I was upstairs listening, when I was hearing the bossa nova, my first instinct is to go. Just
Yeah,
the
there
drum
you
beat
go.
again, like I haven't
Right.
played that beat in like years. It takes you back to whenever those.
It's a great beat.
When I played with y'all sometimes, or like in high school, whenever we want to do a bossa nova, it's like, all right, the one drum beat I learned, and you play it all the time. And then the original song, can you tell us more about it? Because we love originals and such.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, so that was my original tune. It's entitled Man at the Crossroads, and I mentioned it a little bit there, but yeah, it's named after a mural that was done by Diego Rivera, and there's a whole story with it. I don't know if you guys want to do that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you said you were gonna dive into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get in
sure.
there,
Freaking
get
dive
deep.
in.
In
All
too
right.
deep, some 41.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what that was, but yeah, no, and so yeah, I wrote this song a good long while ago, and it uses sort of my own harmonic concept. I'm not going to go into the super details of that, but just because I want to. I just want to keep it.
All our viewers
struggle.
love music theory.
Yeah,
We
I
sat
know
down-
everybody loves music.
Yeah.
the
best. He
Oh,
sat
God.
down to talk to us about it, and he was
Yeah.
going through it, and I was like really into it. But even me and Malcolm were trying to like just latch on to the
Yeah.
parts that like fit together. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, Diego Rivera, definitely a huge influence in terms of his art, but I love the story of Men at the Crossroads. So the story of it was that he was commissioned by the Rockefeller family to do this mural, and so unknowingly they just sort of like, oh wow, Diego Rivera is a really famous Mexican artist, right? Let's just get him.
Picked it out of a hat.
Yeah, let's get him, and pick him out of a hat. And so of course he is very famous, but like they didn't necessarily care about his background. Of course, Mexico back then and nowadays even has like a pretty big left wing, and so Diego Rivera was a communist, and so when he was doing his mural, he actually put Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, Lenin, right, V.I. Lenin, he actually put him in the mural, and so the Rockefeller family saw that and they're like, what? No, take that off, because of course this is during there was this whole Red Scare and all that, right? So and so they just didn't want that on there, right? But they got what they're paying for, right? They're getting Diego Rivera, so he's going to express what he feels, and so the whole point of the mural is that humanity is sort of at a crossroads when it comes to technological development and globalization, that kind of thing, that you can either go towards the side of militarization, hyper-capitalism, and all this sort of thing, or you can go towards more of egalitarianism and goodwill towards your fellow man kind of thing. Of course, he himself was a communist, so he sort of sided towards one thing, but the mural itself was sort of, you have the decision. It's up to you. It's your choice. And so, but just because it had V.I. Lenin on it, the Rockefeller family wanted to whitewash the mural. They wanted to erase it. And so a bunch of people showed up in protest of it, because at the end of the day, it's his work. It's Diego Rivera's work. You paid for it and everything like that. So he deserves the right to have his work be untouched. And so, whether or not you subscribe to his politics or whatever, I feel like that story also is indicative of the artist's will to express what they have and the sanctity of that. There is a beautiful kind of sanctity when it comes to artists and what they choose to share with the world, because it's kind of like what Ruben was talking about earlier. This past year hasn't been the easiest, and so you're in a vacuum or whatever, and so, but your art doesn't really come to life until it's put out there, and so Man at the Crossroads, that story, it talks about our choices. It talks about our choice to either listen or to really think about how we're contributing to the future, much like how an artist thinks about how they're contributing to the world, how they're contributing to the future. So my tune, I try to in some way capture that emotion. I try to capture that feeling and that zeitgeist of that time period, but also try to strike its resemblance to today and the duty we all have, I guess, to the future. So a long-winded thing for kind of a short tune, but
That was
that's
so
super.
interesting.
Usually
yeah.
when I listen to you, I was thinking, oh, what do I say next? What do I do? I was just like lost. I was like, I'm
I
just
know, same.
listening to that.
Well, you said something right at the end there that captured my attention, and as an artist myself, and all of us in here pretty much are. Why do you do this? And I think you kind of captured it there, where you do it to try to say something with it. So is this? I have to ask. It's a double-edged. Two-sided question, not two-sided question, double question. I eventually got there. What is this the only piece that you've? Is this the only original that you've done?
no, I have plenty of originals, but not a lot of people to play them with. But yeah, I mean, luckily with this past year, I think that's been a problem for everybody, right?
Yeah.
All of us sort of stuck.
Everyone's stuck in their room,
Everybody's stuck in their room,
going crazy.
so,
we're not
Yeah.
like Jacob Collier.
Yeah, Jacob. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't play
Yeah.
every instrument in the world and be obnoxiously good at music.
You're so good.
It's like, God, I hate how good you are at this thing. Wow.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess the question jumping off of that, and it's for all of you guys, what is your favorite message that you've tried to promote in your music?
Malcolm, you got this.
That's a good question.
I know. I like after this hard year, I'm like cutting you at the knees with the hard ones.
Yeah, no. I guess that's a great question.
It is. I feel like it's music is something that's like hard to pinpoint the exact reason you're doing it. Sometimes it's like sometimes you're just doing it because it sounds pretty, but then it's like, why does it sound pretty? And then what does it mean that it sounds pretty to you? And then like, why do I keep coming back to this out of all things? And then it sort of evolves into something. But it's hard to say like, oh, I sit down and this is why I do it whenever I sit down to play. You know, I think sometimes when it's certain tunes like Christian's tune, it's easier because it's like we already have an idea of what we're trying to express through the music. And I think all the tunes we chose sort of have that as well. You know, like Desafinado is all just about. The melody is written in a way where it's purposely feels out of tune, so we chose it because we're just fun, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I like playing because it's fun. That's like the best
That's an awesome
answer.
reason.
Best answer I've ever
absolutely.
found.
That's why I went
Especially
to
when
music
I'm
school.
playing
Yeah.
with this guy right here.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, no, me too. I definitely play because I love it and have a lot of fun with it. I don't know. I definitely feel like I have to also as well. I don't necessarily know why, but it's just something I need to do. Like
Like a drive inside you that's like, oh, I gotta do this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't say it's always pushing me to practice like 10 hours a day. I wish it did. But yeah, no. I mean, I've even taken a couple years off before, a few years off, and one way or another found my way back to music. So yeah, I feel like I have to do it, but no, I love doing it. It's a passion of mine. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. I mean, and Ruben and Malcolm touch on like this really beautiful thing I think about music is that it's also, and sort of what I believe about it is that music is like a state of being, but it's like kind of like what I was mentioning earlier during the set is you're sort of building off of the people who've done it before, right? So you're part of this like continuum, right? This is a very sort of like Wayne Shorter way of looking at it, but it's like it's very to me music is very like fourth dimensional. You know, it's a state where you're speaking to the ghosts of the past, right? You're conjuring them, and you are in the now, and you're just trying to be. You know, you're just in this state of being. But also in these like moments, you just like reach into that future, and maybe you even put an impression on somebody listening, and through that impression, you are influencing that future. You know, and so. It's sort of like you're existing in this continuum, you know, and that's what I mean by it's like fourth dimensional. And so music is sort of like entrancing in that way that it doesn't always have to be just for the past or just for the future or just for the now. It's like all of it. It is, you know, and so that I feel is the highest form of being is being. If that makes any sense.
No, those are beautiful
No,
words.
yeah.
That's
It
really
makes so much sense.
those are beautiful words.
I can't. That's.
I mean, I think it goes back to exactly the Man at the Crossroads mural that you were talking about. This idea of choice and this idea of always having that is something that was present then. It's present now. It's going to be present in the future, no matter what. Same with art. There's always going to be something there. Yeah, I think that's a nice like circle thing.
Yeah.
That's a nice little circle thing.
Okay, to make it less
Like,
like
yeah.
now that we've like
I'm
mellowed
always
out, everyone's
thinking, like,
smoked a roll.
I was like, oh, I have a like question. Like, how am I gonna ask you now? I'm just thinking, like, oh god.
We're in the post show realm
Post-show.
right now.
Yeah, we're.
What's your
favorite
guys'
food?
I was gonna say, well, yeah. What's your
Sure,
guys'
what's it?
favorite post-show food and drink?
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this is pretty good, fan.
Orange
Yeah, Orange
Fanta.
Fanta.
Orange
yeah.
Fanta.
We're
Orange
not
Fanta.
sponsored.
That's really good.
But they
And
want to get
Fanta.
sponsored.
Fanta.
Hey, Orange Fanta, hit us up, please. We need money.
Coca-Cola, you got that money.
Oh,
Hey,
Coca-Cola, yeah.
Pepsi.
No,
Right.
we don't take Pepsi sponsors.
Oh,
Not in this house.
not Pepsi in this
Coke.
house.
No, this is Coke
It's
country.
the Coke House.
This is
It's a
Coke
Coke-
country.
Okay.
Yeah, this-
Woo, woo.
I gotta stand for something. I can't sell out too hard.
Pizza.
Pizza. What kind of pizza?
Please
tell me not with
Any
pineapples.
kind of pizza that doesn't have pineapples.
Thank you.
What's wrong with
No.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
I think we've had this
I don't
debate
know.
before.
The
Pineapples
debate
and pizza
never
is,
ends. The debate
yeah.
never ends.
It's just a horrendous atrocious.
By itself? What about anchovy pizza?
I love anchovy.
I like anchovy
What are you
pizza.
talking
Why'd you
about?
put
It's
fish
I don't
on
think
your
I've ever
pizza?
had anchovy pizza.
I don't think I
so.
could've
Okay, I put
close
fish on
to
pizza.
one.
I get shrimp pizza.
Okay, well, you're
I'm
kind of
aware
in the
now.
same wavelength. I'm triggered, so I gotta change the subject. So, obviously, we mentioned you guys went to SMC, and we all did the music program, and we all practiced for a bajillion hours. But also, when we practiced for a bajillion hours, we weren't always practicing. Did you have to survive not going crazy in the practice room? We always procrastinated. What was your favorite pastime to do in a practice room that wasn't practicing?
Sleeping.
Good answer.
Sleeping. I
Yeah.
like it.
I slept like once. In fact, it was
I
terrible.
did it too many
It was a
times.
terrible sleep. I hate.
I shouldn't have done it, but I did.
I have fallen asleep under the marimba many a time.
Oh.
Like,
Under
See,
the
yeah, I'm not
marimba?
alone.
yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
it sounds
I've seen
good
people
for like
sleeping,
at
yeah.
first, and then you realize you hit your head on the resonate.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
also just
no,
sounds like
no.
poetic and like the name of a song. Like
Sleep under the marimba.
yeah, falling asleep under the
An
marimba.
ocean calypso album.
That is true. Wow, that does sound.
Be like,
yeah.
that guy works hard, you know, when you
That's
see
what
him
he-
passed out in the practice room.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
think, but it's like, no, I just woke up
That's
because
true.
Goodman's classes are at like 8 a.m. and you gotta wake up at 6 to mix
Yeah.
the LA traffic
Oh
rush.
God, no.
Oh my god, I still am triggered, but
But what are you talking about, Aiden? I always practiced in the practice room.
yes.
What else
Yeah.
would you do?
I would never
If not-
clock in at like 12 p.m. and then leave to get food and live my life and go to class and come back at 8 a.m. to clock out and getting 8 hours of time. Oh, let's go.
No, we don't
See,
do
and
that.
Oh.
Definitely another thing. Oh, man.
No.
And I knew that Aiden did practice all those hours. That's why when I worked in the office, I made sure to track down all of Aiden's hours.
Yeah.
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 So because
I
I knew he
worked
was
there
telling the
too.
truth. Is this
You did?
purposeful?
It's yes.
Yes.
This is a question from someone. I missed it.
Is this real?
This is
Yeah,
a real
open it
question.
up.
Oh God.
You can give it to us or you can open it up.
Ugh.
I feel
didn't
like
work.
this paper airplane
I
sucks.
feel like yeah.
I
This,
think it's a. I think
this
it's a
is
construction-
not an award.
it's the airplane.
It's like going. It's doing.
Bad
loops
give it to
and
I
him.
loops.
enjoyed that.
Bad
That's so
construction.
funny.
Okay. I don't look like a Lauren says. What is
Jesus Christ.
what is
Who could that be?
who could that be? They don't look like a Lauren, so it narrows it down to a lot of people.
In this room.
What is your musical guilty pleasure?
Ooh.
Oh.
That's a good one.
You never want to shame people,
Yeah, I
but
want
then
to hear
there's some
yours,
stuff
Christian.
where
I
you're
wanna
like,
hear yours.
I liked that cackle on the end there. I feel like
Yeah.
you've got a secret.
let's go.
Well, the thing is, I have like a whole
You have a
freaking,
guilty pleasure
I have a whole
pleasure
playlist
album?
that's just
Oh.
called songs I love, and it's literally just it's 35 hours and 31 minutes of music, and it's just songs I love. It's the loosest rubric you could have. I'm sure if I scroll down and it could be for any reason. It could be like it's because it's like, oh, it's really immaculately constructed. It's so sophisticated. Oh wow, I really like the lyrics. They really make you think.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, the song's funny. The song's stupid.
I like it.
Like Vita, 7 Element, like. You know that song?
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah,
on
yeah,
here.
yeah. I know that
Um,
song.
There's a lot of really questionable music. I don't know, like around the world. La 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 la. You know, around the world is la
I
la
love
la
it.
la. I guess a lot of those, and that kind of falls in, I guess, the like late 90s, early 2000s, like techno, for some reason,
yeah.
is like, I just like it. Even though it's garbage. I'm sorry if you like it.
People
He
can
also
like
likes
trash and know it's trash.
Well,
That's
yeah,
true.
that's me.
Yeah.
I like it, and I know it's trash.
Yeah, it's like the people who watch The Bachelor.
What about you, Malcolm? Anything?
Oh,
Anything
man.
that you're like, oh, this is my guilty pleasure?
I'm trying to think. I mean, I listened to the Backstreet Boys when I was
All right.
younger.
Yeah,
I feel like
Yeah.
it's not a guilty because everyone loves the Backstreet Boys.
That's
Yeah.
true. Them and NSYNC.
That-
They're
just-
pretty good.
It
Yeah.
feels like
They're
nah.
pretty good.
I would. You
pretty
should
good.
not feel guilty about it. I feel guilty for like being the only one that's like never grew up on the Backstreet Boys. Whenever people say I want it that way, I'm just don't sing along.
You're like, I don't.
It's like I don't want it this way. I don't get it. So yeah, I'm.
Yeah, other than
Yeah,
that,
I
I mean,
feel
I
like
listened
that.
to NSYNC too. Like that was those two bands.
Yeah.
Good.
Growing up.
Those are good bands.
I get that.
How about you,
How do you
Ruben?
feel about the
Oh.
Jonas Brothers being back together?
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah,
Who?
they came back.
I don't even
They
know
did
that.
Sucker,
They're
right?
back
Oh,
together
Sucker.
now, yeah.
Wait, who?
I'm ready to see some more guitar solos from.
Oh,
yeah.
yes!
Yes!
Yes! I know what you're talking about. Oh, my God.
From what's his
Yeah.
face?
Was it Nick Jonas or Kevin Jonas? Or Joe-
Nick, I
I
think.
think it's Nick Jonas.
I think
it
was
Guitar-
Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm wrong.
Nevin Jonas.
I like the guy.
Nevin Jonas.
It was
Nevin.
Nevin
He was the
Jonas.
fourth brother they forgot.
Yeah, he's the one that lives in the
It's like-
basement. Ruben, what's your guilty pleasure song?
My guilty pleasure song
I'm like, you're
is
not
I
Ruben.
love listening to Taylor Swift.
Oh, we knew we were gonna get that.
Taylor Swift.
No,
Who's
I
she?
recently got into that. She's some blonde
She's
lady. I don't know.
Come on, girl.
She no, I
Indie
recently
pop
got
girl.
into it.
No, small deal.
My guilty pleasure would probably be like Daft Punk, like some club,
Yeah.
Daft
good
Punk.
club music.
I
Like,
feel like that.
Who's
Dancing.
Daft Punk is legit.
It's
Like,
good,
who's
though.
guilting
it's
you?
true.
in
It's
the-
true.
Who's
I don't
making
know.
you?
My taste is just like too good. I
Well, I
can't
feel
get
like
into
it's like
single-
jazz artist
Too
by
good of
day,
taste.
Daft Punker by night.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of like that's like a
I've
I like
never heard
Mixed
anyone.
life.
One
like,
thing I do like that's a little eclectic is like 70s Japanese funk music.
Oh, that sounds
I like
sick,
that for
actually.
It is,
you.
it is cool.
Yeah,
It is pretty cool.
Is there another
cool,
one?
and it just chills me
Oh.
out.
Oh, that was like a right at
not,
it.
not even attempting to control. You just crumpled it up, throw a rock like a catapult. Which was
It's like throwing it at your substitute teacher.
yeah, it's like dang. I feel like I'm being someone's walking the detention plank. Do
Truly.
you guys have any guilty pleasure, Maggie?
Do I have guilty
Well,
pleasure
before we go
music?
to this next question.
Oh God, do I have guilty pleasure music? I will still listen to like what was his name? Like Perry Griff, the dude who like comes up with the stupid kid songs. I think they're freaking hilarious. Like the waffle song, or like I can't remember. Like there's he just comes up with like really stupid kids music that I find entirely hilarious.
That's a guilty pleasure.
That's
None
a
of
guilty
that Daft
pleasure.
Punk
That's a
shit,
guilty
none of that.
That's a
That's
guilty
something.
What
Yeah.
are you,
I
man?
got one.
I
that
have been. Oh,
I
what?
got one that sort of like that. Is
Yeah.
the what is it? Reading Rainbow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also really like Elmo's World. Like that
Elmo's
song is a
World.
good song.
Elmo's
For
World.
songs from television, I love the Phineas and Ferb theme song by Bowling for Soup.
There's
There you
a
go.
104 days. We're gonna get sued by
vacation.
Disney. We're gonna get sued by Disney. We can't.
And cut.
I'm afraid of their lawyers. They have like an orbital strike of just if you sing one of the songs
They
for
do.
5 seconds, you just get the space laser like the Death Star.
And suddenly Aiden
It's
disappears.
like yeah, I want to be alive. It's not worth.
Not worth it. Not worth
Not
it.
worth it. I like Baby Metal as my. People are like, you listen to Baby Metal? I'm like, yeah. Check this out. Baby Metal's tight.
What's
They
baby?
are.
Is that the name of a band or is that a genre?
Like this
Yeah.
Japanese,
Japanese
like
group.
idol metal band, and they're sick.
I like it.
Metal band.
They are
Pop
awesome.
metal band.
Pretty good.
They
though,
go
yeah.
hard.
Well, we've given music recs now to
All
all
right.
of our
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Audience.
those things slap.
all of those
Yeah.
things.
Check out Taylor Swift. She's okay.
She needs the revenue. She's going through a tough time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah.
Dad
I heard
definitely
that
doesn't
too.
own Swift Trucking.
Yeah, so trucking. Hey, she had to get her licensing stuff back with the whole Fearless too. Fearless.
That's
Less
true.
Afraid, yeah.
That was a hard battle.
I-
What do we got? What do we got?
Oh yeah, this question. Yeah, Julia Gear. Who could that be?
Julian Greer. Yep, we
Greer
got.
asks, as you found your musical identity, are there artists you've admired?
Mom,
yeah.
could you phrase that more like an academic human being?
Who are the artists you admire in the musical landscape that make you admirable?
Ooh.
Yes,
Uh,
indubitably.
Stevie Wonder.
That's a good one.
I see that.
Stevie
We
Wonder.
admire Stevie Wonder.
Bill Withers. Yeah. Now you.
Now you. I love that. I love Now You as well.
Now you.
He's
There-
the best.
There's this French bass player I love, Hadrien Farad. But I don't know if anyone.
Hmm.
He's really good.
That's awesome. No,
Yeah.
totally.
How about you, Christian?
There's like way too many. I guess
Just
I don't
name
know.
It is a
some
lot.
until you get tired.
Sure. Yeah. I mean. So talking, I guess, about my development. I mean, the first player I really loved was Coltrane. I think that's a lot of people's. And so I don't know, but recently, out of all the sax players, which there's so many that like have really influenced me, Wayne Shorter is definitely my biggest in terms of both my playing, but definitely my composition. John Coltrane. Sonny Rollins has become like a huge influence to me nowadays. And same thing with Joe Henderson. They just have like this sort of very humorous way of playing that, like, I don't know, just has really sort of synced into me because a
Yeah.
big thing is like I would really be in my head while playing. But like with Sonny Rollins, I don't know. It's like he's like just like messing around. He's messing
Yeah.
playing around, and it's kind of like it just kind of brings me into the moment when I could just mess around and stuff like that and not really take it too seriously.
Messing around's the best.
I
That's
always-
how I write my questions for the interview. Yeah. What else? I forgot what I was gonna say.
I also connected with Sonny Rollins because
Yeah.
of what I was saying earlier about fun. Like it's just like
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go
playing
again.
is just about fun.
Oh, I was so close. I
It's
tapped
for you,
it. Oh, it's for me?
Oh.
There's two.
There's two. Oh no, I'm worried now.
You can finish your question while she's
Oh.
untangling this. You can keep talking. Ignore us.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is more of a comment than a question. Jolene Greer said, "I am a fucking academic human being!" Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark!
Ooh.
So, my relationship with my mom is tense nowadays.
Oh. You want this to turn into a therapy session? Do you want to talk about your parents?
No, I love my mom. She's great. I'm just honestly really surprised she said fuck.
Yeah. Well, she knows she can swear
Yeah.
on the show, so good for her.
There, I'm honestly really proud of her. Good job. Thanks,
Can
Mom.
I swear?
Can you?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
Oh, I can't.
just Jolene.
okay. Well, shit.
I was gonna swear.
This one was for. I think I'll read this. I don't look like Lauren asked, "Is Maggie good?" For reference, this is Maggie. Is she good?
At what? Is she good at what?
Just good in general.
This has turned into
so
a
close.
This is
roast
getting
Maggie
weird.
session.
Hey, it doesn't have to be a rose. They could say you're
Is
good.
Maggie good? Yeah, that's like a generic
yes.
question. Is
Yes.
Maggie
We got a
good?
yes.
Yep.
We got a.
We've got a maybe.
that.
I agree
How about
with
you,
that.
Malcolm? You're the tiebreaker. Is Maggie good? Oh, very.
We got a change in opinion.
Well, democracy has spoken. Maggie
Democracy?
is a good. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Democracy.
But like, what kind
Give her
of
another
good?
shot.
Like,
It just says
Yes.
good. It's
no,
just
but the thing
greater
is,
good.
no, because you could go into the whole D&D thing, like lawful good.
Oh,
is she
none of
lawful
that
good? Is
stuff.
she
Oh, no, no,
like?
no.
That's
I'm,
nerd
I'm
shit that
chaotic
ruins a-
lawful. I'm chaotic lawful.
There
That's.
you go.
I just say that's nerd shit that makes character
that-
development
Oh,
hard.
wait. Huh?
Chaotic
Maybe-
lawful.
Can, that doesn't. That doesn't
Wait, no. Then I'm like, I'm.
That's the
Chaotic neutral would be like.
chaotic neutral.
Or
Could be.
No,
chaotic
I'm
good.
something
If you're
lawful.
Chaotic good.
Chaotic.
Oh,
good,
Chaotic
lawful
evil,
good.
Lawful
like
good.
good, neutral,
That's just, like, really
evil,
good
and like
if you're
chaotic.
I think I'm lawful
neutral.
neutral. I don't remember.
This
I
is
took
nerd
this
shit.
quiz a
I
while
I
ago.
love this stuff.
I hate this. What was my brain thought thinking? I don't remember. So I'm gonna
What's
read
that
this
next
question.
one? What's that next?
There's no names, so it's anonymous. Taylor Swift is not a guilty pleasure, just a pleasure.
It's not anonymous. It once again is I don't look like Lauren.
Oh, really? Because they used to do
Not
this one
sure.
late,
Could be.
but I guess you know who it is. It's from, yeah. Maybe for guys, it's like a guilty pleasure. I feel like that's like a gender
Yeah, I
thing.
see
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
it's such a
like guys
feminine-
feel kind
Yeah,
of
I can see
embarrassed.
that.
I love
Taylor
Shake It Off.
Swift.
Whenever I hear Shake It Off, I'm happy. Whenever I hear me at Target, I'm happy, but also I'm simping for Brendan Urie, so like,
Yeah.
Panic fans, where we at?
Well, I'll
Yeah,
say
but
this.
we-
I'll say this. All right, Taylor Swift on record, she's pretty good. Taylor Swift live,
Pretty good.
now that's a guilty pleasure.
Is she
You like
good?
Taylor
I
Swift?
mean,
Have you seen her live?
I actually
I
have
don't
seen
like
No,
her
her.
live.
it's just
I
that-
also think her entire performance value also ups it all. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It's just
Well, she
because
actually-
she's
yeah.
like I don't know.
really-
I don't want to catch
Oh,
any
that was
heat.
so close.
She's just a little pitchy for my taste.
Oh wait, she's not good live. Oh no.
No, she's a little pitchy for his taste.
I mean, some stuff like the pitchiness is like the bluesy. Like people say, oh, you sound
Like it's a country bluesy thing,
I don't
yeah.
know if she's getting it from the blues when she's playing a pop song.
You don't know. You don't know Taylor Swift's influences. You haven't asked her.
I don't know.
BB King.
I don't know. She has a lot of money.
I hear a lot of Chuck Berry when I
Lot
hear
of-
Shake It Off.
A lot of BB
Yeah,
King in
fun.
there.
I'm gonna catch some heat, but I'll take it. I'll take
Yeah,
the heat.
You'll
he-
take
care.
it.
I will
Alright.
say that I think Taylor Swift is like a great lyricist.
I do too.
Like almost like a Bob Dylan of the
I
modern.
really
of the
like her
modern-
lyrics. Yeah.
Almost. But Bob Dylan was. She's okay. I won't critique her too much. Now it's just become burning
This has
Taylor
become
Swift.
this is a
This is the-
Taylor
this is
Swift
the
roast.
Taylor
Sometimes
Swift
it's just a
show.
little wordy. Just a little wordy. For
I
my
see what you
taste,
mean.
you
I see,
know?
but I like that actually, and I
get
feel like
that,
that
yeah.
she's clear enough to where I can understand her words. I feel like a lot of artists have like these really incredible poetic like songs, and I listen to them, and I'm like.
That's Bob
I'm
Dylan.
like,
That's just Bob Dylan.
okay, great. Like I look at the lyrics and I'm like, oh, this is really pretty,
Oh
but
my
I can't
God.
hear shit.
Yeah.
The
with
worst
what you're saying.
version of that I've had is this song called Los Angeles by X. I've listened to it since I was a kid, and I love that song. but I never knew what the lyrics were. So I kind of just mumbled it. I looked at the lyrics for the first time a couple months ago, and oh my god, there were
Is it good? Bad?
bad.
Bad. Oh.
I'm so glad I never articulated those words. I would have gotten in so much trouble.
Oh no!
Yeah, don't look up the lyrics to Los Angeles.
Apparently
All
not.
right, DC Alva said, "Oh, Christian's mom loves Maggie's mom."
Oh.
That's not a question,
Aw.
but she agrees.
That's so cute!
Sweet.
Aw.
Our moms are
Mom
bonding!
friend.
Hi, Mom.
Aw.
Is
Mom
Malcolm?
friendship is beautiful
Mom
friendship.
bonding.
Hi, Mom.
What's up,
Hi,
Mom?
I love you.
Christian's mom.
Malcolm says hi, and
guys.
so does Ruben. I mean, there's
Hi.
a mic you can hear.
Hi.
Oh, hi, up there.
Hi, Mom.
My mom sometimes watches
I
the
love you.
show.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, she donated once actually.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Mom, donate money. I'm just
Forget
kidding.
to
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
my mom.
Oh, that's right. Actually,
Donate
honestly,
money!
yeah. So if you guys want to donate to our amazing artists here, we have a PayPal. Just click the link. I think it's what you have to do is you click the link in our bio,
The
and then
PayPal.
you have the PayPal at the end of the
Yeah.
about page.
Don't
So,
give them
yeah.
fool's gold, give them real gold.
Give them real gold. I like it.
That
I like
real
it.
gold.
Thank you. Wow, that was really good.
Yeah.
How was music for you guys growing up? How has it differed to like how you guys play music now?
Oh, easy. It was better back then.
It was better.
Really? You think so?
I mean,
think so?
that's just like the stereotypical joke of like everyone's music from their childhood is like nostalgia, so they always think it's better, and whatever
Yeah.
you grew up
Oh,
with is
you-
the best.
But
stuff.
do you mean
like-
playing or?
I'm just messing
Well, it could be
around.
either. Like, do you? I guess my the way that I was thinking of it was like playing wise. How do you feel like you've changed as an artist, or like
Sure.
in terms of
Definitely.
like
I think it becomes
Sorry.
more fun the better you get.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Christian told me an analogy like 3 years ago when we were in the program about like the better if you get really really good at jazz and at your theory and you understand your instrument really well, you basically become a wizard of music, right? And the more you learn, the better of a wizard you get, so you can cast bigger spells.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
stuff
mean,
like that,
you
right?
level up.
You
It's
kind of
like-
level, yeah.
yeah.
Bringing it funny enough back to D&D, huh? But yeah, it's kind of like that, yeah. And you try to digest everything to the point where it just sort of becomes natural and everything like that. But yeah, it's always this sort of growing process. I've always, I guess, liked the wizard thing because it's like, yeah, you really do have to work it out and you have to sit with it for a really long while. So that it becomes like inborn, you know, because we learn how to speak, we learn how to socialize, we learn how to walk, and it's a very slow process, but we don't remember that because we
We
couldn't
were
really
babies
develop.
when this happened.
Yeah, we were babies when that happened. So now we're like, you know, actual human beings and functioning adults trying to learn this thing that is going to be a progressive process. So you have to have this patience for yourself. You have to have this self-love and everything like that. So, yeah.
Oh, so close.
I'm committed to catching one of these things one day.
I know. One day. Oh, we got a double.
Oh, we got a double. What do you want, blue or pink?
I'll take whichever.
Okay, defy gender rules. There's blue.
Yeah, buddy. Oh Jesus, I'm not even.
Okay, a Coyote Corona says, Aiden, where is your ibuprofen? Real question. I mean, I didn't think it was a fake
show-
question. Do you need? Okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hook them up with some drugs and
You're gonna.
you
Oh,
cover them
good,
for me.
good, great, lovely.
Alright.
Can you all three together name the 7 noble gases?
No.
No.
We were trying to do it earlier.
What gases?
The 7 noble gases.
Oh,
Argon,
those ones.
right?
No.
Helium. That's all I got.
Aragorn.
Aragorn. Aragorn.
Yeah, the freaking.
Well, that's
Aragorn?
argon. Yeah,
Argon,
that's
you
argon.
mean?
Argon.
You mean the
Helium.
guy from Lord of the Rings?
Neon.
Aragorn is the guy from Lord of the Rings.
That's
Yeah.
what I meant.
It's the dude from Lord of the Rings, right?
No, it's a
It's
Nord
the noble gas.
Argon?
I'm back.
What's the other?
Ibuprofen
I don't
was
know,
fine.
man.
It's 4.
All right, what did
Well,
I
now
miss?
we failed to name all the noble gases. We didn't miss much.
I can name
not
one.
my strong suit.
You can name one? Aragon?
Aragorn.
Aragorn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
That sounds
Jack.
like that name of like
Sounds
the.
like a fantasy book.
It is a fantasy book.
Oh,
Aragon is a
Aragon.
fantasy book.
Okay.
Aragorn's in Lord of the Rings.
Thank you.
No. There's a dragon.
Aragorn
Smog?
is a fictional dragon series.
Thank you. That's what I said. Aragon.
No.
Anyway, okay. This is
No.
this is spiraling quickly.
Yeah.
I guess to kind of like not really wrap things up, but wrap things up if it is. If you guys weren't performing, what would you do? What would be? Where would life take you?
I'd be homeless.
Oh, my god. Hey, you want to look at this
Well,
place? This place is bomb.
Anybody else have a less depressing answer?
I mean, mine was going to be more than that.
You're gonna
No.
No.
No, just it's what Malcolm said. It's like inside of you sort of need to do it.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing it, then you got to find a way to do it. It's
Yeah.
not like it's like, oh, I'm gonna go do this now and forget about music.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, it's you gotta you just like you feel it like withering away. Like you can't
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I guess I'd be working a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
9 to
Yeah.
5.
And then you get lost in
Unhappy.
that, and then you
Yeah.
get like realize later on that you had this thing that was always there,
Yeah.
and then you want to go perform again. So if you're not performing, what you're doing is distracting yourself from performing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can someone quote that and write it down, please? Ruben Rojas?
Someone knit that into like a little
Into, one of those like
circle
little
thing,
circle
frame
things.
it on the wall,
Sell it on
There you go.
Etsy.
sell it on Etsy. And how about you, Christian?
Yeah, I mean, when I was, so like earlier in university, I didn't get straight into like a jazz program. Just like coming out of high school, there's some complications, but like, for a while, because I was like undeclared, I started kind of getting a little disillusioned. And like, you're a new student, so it's like there's
Yeah.
so much added stress being a new student, and then also the commute. But it's just this whole thing where like I had to figure out what I wanted. And so I even thought of like, well, do I want to write? I like movies, right? So maybe we could do something with movies. But like an experience happened where it was kind of like I was given the ultimatum, like, against all odds, do I still want to do this music thing?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it at that ultimatum, yeah, I still wanted to do the music thing. So because at a certain point, it just became a part of me, and I think it always will be a part of me, even if like God forbid, like something happens to my hands or my lungs, I can't play. It'll still be a part of my life, no matter what. So even if I am writing, even if I am doing this, it's not like I'm a musician first and that's it. I'm Christian Alva first, and then thereafter, I'm an artist, and that art can be whatever. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to like put an addendum on what I said after that, it's like I say that sounds like very deterministic. Like it's all about performing, but he's right. Like if you're not putting yourself first and exploring other art forms and exploring other things that might interest you, and then always like checking in with yourself and not like putting them, because I mean not putting the music above yourself, then like that's just the healthy, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean sometimes, especially with jazz, it's easy to think like that you're not good enough for something, that it's always going to be above you.
Yeah.
And if you're not putting yourself into it as yourself, then you're not going to come out of it as yourself, if that makes sense.
No, that makes complete sense.
But yeah. Ruben Rojas first. before
Ruben
music.
Rojas first. That's the next one.
That's-
Everyone, we're
that's-
gonna start
Yeah,
the
guys,
Etsy
crochet
In
store.
a way, you were the first show in a way, so we could all come back to
That's
that
true.
one lost
That's right,
episode that we
that's
talk about that
Yeah.
no one's seen.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
Ruben was our first test
the
subject.
test, yeah, we tested the show. We had a full secret episode.
Yeah.
We gotta give you the footage for that someday or something, so you have
Yeah.
your
Yeah, I'd
performance.
love
But
to.
I think that's honestly, this interview was so much deeper. I was gonna ask you
Yeah.
guys what were your favorite DVD, not movie, DVD, like the box or like the actual thing. But then this went into a much deeper direction about like music and like artistry
Nice.
and what do you want to say. And I was just in awe. Just such deep minds. Once again, do you have anything you want to like plug or like a socials or like a album or just individually?
Hire them.
Oh yes.
If you
Yeah,
guys
that'd be
need
awesome.
a trio, totally.
Yeah, if you never
The
feel
You're
three
in LA?
guys, three
The
guys
three
trio.
guys.
Do you have like a
Three guys.
website or like a social
We-
media?
Not yet.
We have our own
Might be
individual
nice, but-
social media, so
Do you want to say them?
yeah, for me, and then if they link it up in the chat, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, CC Alva Music on Instagram. So at CC Alva Music, you should be able to find me relatively easily. But yeah, so
Awesome.
that's my social media. But if you guys want to share, that.
Yeah, mine is at Malcolm Fisher Sounds. So MALCOLM Fisher FISHER Sounds. So yeah,
I
it out.
personally, I don't have one right now.
Yep.
So I hope
So
you enjoyed the
Just
show.
just
like
shout
an
into the ether
Yeah.
and hope
Yeah.
he hears you. Hit him up on Etsy.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's-
I'm
yeah,
on
here
Etsy.
he's knitting now.
Yeah.
I'm on Etsy. I'm knitting. Yeah.
That's. I think that's a good way to end our show. That was
Yeah, thank
Pastel
you, guys.
Underground with the three guys jazz trio. Thanks everyone for coming out. We'll be back in every other Friday, so not next Friday, but the following Friday. These videos are uploaded to YouTube, and if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube people! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That's what the YouTubers say. Once again, we have socials. Follow them. Just click on them all. It makes us happy. And
they're
of course,
all in our bios.
donate to these wonderful artists, these wonderful individuals with their big brains and starving bellies. Give them food and love and attention. And of course, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Stay safe. Have a good night. If you're in California, vote. There's a crazy election going on.
Woo! Woo!